Welcome to my channel. So last video we have covered the stack basics, stack operations, and also how to implement a stack using array. And in this video we'll cover how to implement a stack using linked list. But before starting the program as a program, we'll see the basic introduction about the logic of linked list. So starting like when we know that stack is a linear data structure which is going to follow the principle LIFO, which is last in first out order of operations. Means that the element added to the stack will be the first one to be removed. So there are different ways where which you'll be implementing a stack using linked list. So here you can see the pictorial representation of stack. So this is how your stack representation will be there. So we'll be having a push and will be having a pop. So here push operation is nothing but to insert an element and pop is nothing but to delete an element. So here we'll be having only one end to perform the operations. So only on the top. So we have to be always cautious with the element or a variable top. So when we are looking into a linked list, so where we are going to use a stack or implement a stack using a linked list. So in the last video itself I have told that what is the important merits of linked list. So here generally like when you are implementing a stack using array, the limitation of that is the stack is the memory, whatever the memory you are going to occupy, the capacity of the stack is has to be predefined. But regarding the implementation using linked list, the size occupied by the linked list will be equal to the number of elements in the stack. So there is no need to predefine the stack capacity. So it is a dynamic memory actually. So here when your size is dynamic, I can add up n number of elements. There is no restrictions on that. So that is the main merits of representing your stack in a linked list. You can see here as a pictorial representation. Here we have a node and we have a head pointer and we have two members in the node. One is data, the other is a pointer which points to the address of the next node. So here the link, okay, so that this particular node will be stored in some address and this will be stored in some other address. But each node is virtually connected by using a next pointer, the node here. Okay, this always stores the address of the next node. So this is where you virtually connected with the node which is storing in somewhere. Okay, that is called a link. So here the list is linked with a virtual manner. That's why it's called as a linked list. So here this node can be formed or the structure of node can be defined as, we can define like this, struct node. So it should be small case, struct node. Okay, this is the name, this is a user defined name, you can give any name, but this is the structure is nothing but its keyword, we have to use like that only. So this is a structure of the node. It is not going to define any new node or it is not going to create a new node. We are going to define the structure of node. So I can say that I am going to have a data which is of integer type and I am going to have a pointer which is to store the address of the next node. Okay. So this is how my structure of the node will be defined. You can see here we have two members. So we had two members. This is data and this is data. We have already defined. So data is here and this is the address. So it is pointing to the next node. So this is your structure of the node. So like this only we have to define the structure. It is not no more creating a new node. It is just define the structure alone. Okay. So now the basic operations of linked list. So what are the basic operations? So in the array we have checked with is full. Okay, but in linked list it is not necessary to check because it is a dynamic memory. There is no predefined of your stack capacity. In that case, we're not worrying about whether your stack is overflow or not. So hence we'll be trying only with the isEmpty function. IsEmpty function returns true if the stack is empty, else it returns false. If you see the time complexity of linked list, it is everything is in a constant time. Okay, so here push is also in a constant time, pop is also constant time, and peek, which is to return the top element without deleting it, it is also a constant time. So here now the linked list gives you the better efficiency in both time complexity and the space complexity. Let's see like the algorithm for push function in the linked list. So when you need a node or element to be pushed into the stack, what are things we have to consider? We have to first create a new node with a given structure. Okay, not only data, we have to worry about the given structure. So two members has to be created, and then we have to insert the node before the head of the linked list. So in the stack, always a node can be inserted only in the beginning of the linked list. Okay, because you just think in the manner that we have a stack in the linked list. So we know that stack is opening only in the one end like this. So once your node of the linked list is created in the empty stack, just assume that it is a node. So with two members, one is data, the other is a next, it's a pointer to store the address of the next node. So once your new node comes, it is always inserted on the top, right? So here, so that's why I'm telling you that always a new node is added to the beginning of the linked list. So there is nowhere to insert in the middle, there is no way inserting in the end of the linked list. Always insertion happens only in the beginning of the linked list. So that is before the head of the linked list. Next, after that, what you have to do? You have to just now your top pointer is here. Next, I have to do what? I have to move my top. I have to update my top to this new node. I have to bring this. So that is what we are saying here. Update the head of the linked list to the new node. Either head you can use or you can use a top, because top is the only key term we'll be using frequently in this stack. So you can use top. So now the push is nothing but we have to create a new node, and then we have to insert that node in the head before the head of the linked list, and then we have to update the head accordingly to a new node. So this is the algorithm for push function. So regarding pop, so pop is like we have to check, okay, this condition we have to check for deleting. So when your stack is empty, I have to stop and say that my stack is underflow. So check if the stack is empty. That is the first step you have to do for your pop function. If this is not, the stack is not empty, then store the top node in a temporary variable so that I can free up the temporary instead of freeing up the top. So I'm not storing anything. Okay, whatever deleting, the element will not be deleted. The garbage value will be occupied over there. If the stack is not empty, store the top node in the temporary variable, then update the head pointer to the next node, and then free up the temporary node. Okay, so for pop, we have to create one more pointer, which is nothing but a temporary pointer. What you have to do is you have to bring the temporary pointer equal to top, where your top is. There you have to bring your top and pointer both are equal position. After that, you have to move your top pointer or update your top pointer to the next node. What you are going to delete it? Okay, to the next node means towards downwards. Okay, once you move this, and then you can just free up this pointer, temporary pointer. Okay, now your top is updated to the next node where you're going to delete it. Okay, that's what happening. So these are the free four steps we have to follow for pop. First thing, we have to check your stack is empty. If it is not empty, we have to store the top node with the temporary variable, pointer variable, and then we have to update the top to the next node, and then we have to free up the temporary node. Next is peek function. Peek function is nothing but return the top element of the stack without deleting it. So first thing what we have to do, we have to check your stack is empty. If it is empty, I'll be getting a return value, either it is 0 or whatever you are returning it. Okay, else what we have to do, we have to just return the head or top. Okay, I'll be using top here in the program. So whatever the data it is in the top pointing to that position, okay, that data will be fetching and will be displaying to the user. Okay, only that is the thing we are going to do. So for each empty function, what things we have to do, we have to take up the top. So initialize with the top with a null. Okay, when your top pointer is pointing or storing the value null, then I can say that your stack is empty. If the top value is not null, so I have to indicate the stack is not empty. Okay, so we have to have the condition, if top equal to null, then your stack is empty. If the top is not equal to null, then your stack is not empty. So here we have discussed the basic representation of a stack using linked list, and also we have seen the time complexity, we have seen the normal representation, basic representation of that, and also we have seen the algorithm of all the operations whatever we are going to do. So in the next video I'll be covering how to write a program, C program, for implementing a stack using linked list. Thank you. Happy learning.